Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport. It's more than a race.
Hello and welcome to today's track guide at Silverstone. Today I'm going to be driving the 2018 Bentley Continental GT3, and as we head down to the first corner we want to look out for this board on the left here. Brake just a little bit before it and don't brake too hard. Coast a little bit, use all the curbing on the right, but don't go too far across or you'll hit the bumps and it will mess you up. Do not run too wide on the exit or you will get an invalid lap, which is not what you want. Now we head to Maggots and Beckett's. Use all this curbing on the left, just avoid that sausage curb on the grassy side. Use all the curbing on the right again. You need to tap off a little bit through here though. You use all of that, then end up on the left side of the circuit again. You want to brake in a straight line just before this corner, drop it down to third, use all this checkered curbing on the left. Get to the left again, start tapping off, getting yourself back to the right. You can use all this curbing here, maybe some of the AstroTurf if you need, but if you use too much you might get bumped around a little bit. Use this curbing on the left again. And now we're through there. We get onto a straight, we can breathe a little bit. That was one of the harder parts of the track so far. So now we head down to the next corner and we want to look out for where the curbing starts on the left side. Just here, brake just before it starts, right about here. Aim sort of towards the apex, but make sure to actually hit the apex late. Accelerate about halfway through the corner and do not run too wide on this corner, or once again you'll get an invalid lap. Now we look for where the curbing starts on this side on the right, brake fractionally before it again. Start trail braking, do not hit that sausage curb or your lap will be over, but use all this checkered curbing. Back to the left, and you want to use a lot of this curbing on the right here, maybe some of the Astro as well. Run out wide, but I don't recommend running out onto the curbing here, it seems to slow you down a little bit. You want to cut right across here, do not hit the sausage curb again, that'll stuff you up, but use the flat curbing and keep it on the track. In this corner you want to stay in fourth gear, and just after the curbing, the AstroTurf on the left starts there, you want to turn in and you can use a lot of the curbing on the inside. Shouldn't upset the car too much in this car. Run wide, then do not run on this curbing. I've had issues where it flicks me around, I don't want that to happen, so I avoid it. Then look for where the curbing starts here, brake pretty much alongside it. And another situation where you want to avoid that sausage curb, but use all the flat curb and pull back to the right and aim sort of towards the middle. There's a bit of curbing on the right that starts, you want to brake pretty much alongside that. Avoid the sausage curb again, use the flat curb, run wide, don't get yourself onto this curb. I mean, you can go into the Astro and exit, it's a bit flatter, and then foot flat through here. And we're nearly at the end now, just a couple more turns to go. There's a sign on the right. You want to start aiming towards the corner and then brake in a straight line. And then start turning, trail braking, use a bit of the curbing on the inside again, and start accelerating in second gear. And you can go straight towards the apex on the final corner, drift out a little bit, and then as you get to the corner, you want to start accelerating again and hit another late apex. And then you can use all the track, even a bit of curbing if you need. And then from here on, it's foot flat until the finish line. And on this lap, I do a time of a 156.2, I believe. Yep, that's correct. And if I avoided a few more mistakes on that lap, I could have gotten to the 55s, which would have been ideal. But I hope you learned something from this lap guide. And
Let it. Oh, whatever. Yeah. Okay, cool. Start it up.
3, 2, 1. That is it. Free practice done here. Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you're watching right around the world. It is Season 3, Round 2, Tier 2. Round 2 of this Tier 2 Championship for KRL tonight. We are at Silverstone as we get ready to get into qualifying here. You can see the countdown. Branchy continuing his good form from week 1. He's got the fastest time, 2 minutes 0.7 here in practice. Aussie Thunder just behind him as we take a look at good vibes. Yellow flags out as we get ready for qualifying here at this Silverstone circuit. Great to have everybody with us here, and a big welcome too to my co-commentators slash safety car drivers, pit lane reporters, whatever you want to call them. Jason Wilkinson, alongside him is Voodoo, the Nigerian prince. Gentlemen, good evening to you. We are back.
Yes, back. Silverstone time should be an interesting race. Different from last week's sprint race, 2 20-minute races around Brands Hatch, which is obviously quite action-packed, to Silverstone with the long sweeping corners for a 1-hour race. So all the drivers will have to do a tyre change this week, so we should have a little bit of strategy action. Weather's been a little bit, it's mostly dry, but it has been a couple wet sessions apparently, so hopefully we get a nice wet to dry race, or dry to wet, vice versa. And yeah, should be interesting. But here we go, 10-minute quali. So let's see who's going to get pole.
10-minute qualifying session, and boy, we cannot wait for that. You can see the cars coming straight out onto the track, not wasting any time. There goes the safety car, as we see Branchy now coming out onto the circuit. Big thank you to whoever's hot lap that was at the top of our show. I won't mention it in front of you, we'll go again, but fantastic lap that one around Silverstone. I'm not sure whether, I think it was in a Ferrari, but anyway, fantastic stuff as we see Branchy and Binger coming out onto the track now. Mac Miller, so numbers looking good here, Wilco. 13, 12 drivers once they all get out on track, so very good numbers here tonight. Like you said, 10-minute qualifying session as we see the drivers on their out lap. As we're going to take a look at the championship standings, big thank you to Voodoo for getting these graphics together like he always does for KRL. And it is Kilroy on 23 points. The championship a leader there ahead of Branchy on 22. Static on 16. GRT 17, I beg your pardon. GRT on 16. The Boss on 13. Izuzu Brian on 10. Thunder on 10, Mac on 5, and the rest of them yet to get off the mark. Our drivers of the week for Tier 2 was Branchy, who had a magnificent race last week in the sprint round at Brands Hatch for round 1. And it was Albert for Tier 1, who made some pretty good moves and had a great race. Hope you're watching out there, Albert, as we get back to qualifying. And they've all come out pretty much at the same time here, Wilco. So hopefully traffic, it's not going to be as much of an issue here as it was at Brands Hatch, surely.
No, definitely not. But it's, again, 10-minute quali around here. It's probably equivalent to a 7-minute quali around, as Rick Oztek has had a spin. It's probably equivalent to a 7-minute quali around Brands Hatch, because 10 minutes is only going to get you if you have a perfect 5 laps. So probably going to be an out lap, which is starting now, starting the lineup now. So it should be maybe 2 laps, quick pit for 1 lap, or just three laps in a row. So it'll be interesting to see what the drivers do. Track temp is going to stay around 21 degrees for this session. Optimum track temps are just going to get faster and faster, so the tyres should just get faster and faster as well. So might be interesting to see what the little strategy here is with the 10-minute quality session.
It's going to be interesting, that's for sure, as Rick Oztek had a bit of a moment there. He's managed to get it back facing the right way and back on the track. A little bit under 7.5 minutes remaining. All drivers are out on the track at the moment. 4 Bentleys, 3 Mercs. We've always got the Nissan there. Hey guys, Dazzler's joined us, and that looks like somebody else has gone off. They've gone off the list there. Aussie Thunder, have we lost him, I think? Yep.
I'm not sure who just dropped out, but he did just spin off.
Maggots and Beckett's, I think it is there. A dangerous place to go off there in the Mercedes. He's gone off the track, so he returns to the pit lane. Hello to you, Dazzler. Great to have you with us. Back again for another week, and boy, there is not much time as Thunder comes back out onto the circuit. And we've got a new boy here, do we? BXTL Reno.
Butler. Big Donger, Trev. Big Donger.
Big Donger's back. We sent him the Discord link. He was a fantastic bloke. Just sent a message to me saying, you know what, I think I'm interested in coming back and doing some racing. And he wanted the Discord link, and the rest is history. Will go. He's back out on the circuit, and Big Donger, great to have him back. And beautiful stuff there. Branchy, have we got anyone?
Yeah, Branchy's about to finish his first lap with Bingo right behind him, going through. Is it Luffield? Is Luffield the second lap, or the last one for this version?
Yeah, Luffield.
It is, isn't it? Yeah,
I think it is. Yep.
The long, yeah. So now down into. Is it Cops? This turn right, isn't it?
Yep.
Turn 1 for
Cops.
here, but here's the first lap. 59.3. We should call it the Hamilton Verstappen corner now.
59.325. Yep, that's where Lewis likes
Butler.
to knock people off. Let's have a look at what Butler is doing. Let's have a look.
Here it comes.
Across the line now, and P3, disappointing time there.
He is new to this game, so he's been playing it pretty much the first time this week. So he's been doing a lot of practice. He was in the 205s, 206s early on. He's got down to 2 minutes, so it's going to be interesting, a bit of a learning experience for him. But if we do remember back to F1 2019, which is of course the last time he raced with us, we had a practice race, and myself and him had a ripper battle in the F2 cars, Trev. What was it? The famous Donger dive bomb. So we should see once he gets to speed. He's a very quick driver, so he should be good to watch. But here comes Kilroy. Bit out of sync here as Rick Oztek has a moment or foot off the side, back in the pits.
Let's have a look here. Here comes Kilroy over the line. Has not set a time as yet. He's aiming for 59.3. Kilroy goes up to 5th. So that's looking very pacey from Branchy, our driver of the week last week for Tier 2. As Buenos noches, Signore Alberto says, evening, Trev and
Championship
Jason.
leader.
Championship leader. Hello to you, Albert. Dazzler says, Aussie Thunder all the way. And we did have a jingle for that back in the day as Kilroy all the way off the circuit. I think it was Keep Your Eyes Open for a Donger, Big Donger, or something like that. Back on F1.
Keep your eyes open for a
dive bomb.
Big Donger.
Yeah, that's the one. There we go. As just over 4 minutes remaining in this session. So the gap between Branchy and Binger, 1.9 seconds. I think Binger's on a
here comes
quicker
Binger
lap.
now. Branchy is on an invalid lap, so he must have made a mistake. But here comes Binger. Got that Nissan purring as he comes down the front straight. Call it, Trev.
Here we go. Here we go. Look at this. He comes across the line.
He
One.
improves by like 3/1000 of a second.
So now
he's going on the right track.
He was just ahead of GRT, so now he's a little bit further ahead of GRT as 10 people are watching this stream, Wilco.
There's
And Butler. I'll get you, Butler. Everyone's too young for that show, but 1.3 seconds. GRT goes up to second, and now Isuzu Brian. Nobody's jabbing this man as he starts on the second row of the grid, so the times are tumbling. Kilroy, he was back in the pits after that moment on his last lap, 3.1 seconds off the pace. The boss. What is the boss doing? We've got him, Thunder, and Voodoo, who is the safety car crew. There we have it, Bert. And I was about to say Bert and Ernie, but that's a bit... Anyway, so the boss coming round now. Maggots and Beckett's through there. Very fast corners, these ones in the Lamborghini. And he's just had a little bit of a moment there, but not too bad. Keeping it all nice and clean. So he is under some pressure here, Wilco. He might get another lap in, I'm sure, but... he doesn't want to mess up here, does he? Because he's got one more shot after this lap. But here he comes down the hanger straight, heading towards Stowe. Hopefully that's where George Russell is passing Lewis Hamilton at next year's British Grand Prix. Hopefully all going well. But here he comes, the boss. And no, we're a long way off the end of the lap. I'm getting confused again with the new finish line and the old finish line. But we'll stick with this. Are any other drivers going quicker?
Get any comments in, boys. Who do you want to see an onboard lap with? Or, you know, Maggots and Beckett, some of the high-speed corners around here. Get your comments in, and we'll ride on board with one of these drivers.
I'm looking at you, Albert. Don't be shy. Get those comments coming in. You know how Trevor loves you, baby. Okay, I'm going to stop talking like that. But less than 2 minutes to go now.
Yeah, this is going to be everyone's starting their last lap now.
Yes, you can see on the track map, Wilco, at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. For everyone watching at home, they're just trying to find some space, aren't they, before their final run?
Yeah, so it's got a nice little gap. So, yeah, this is going to be Binger starting this up now. I'll keep watching the track map and see any blue cars turn up, which means they're on an invalid lap. So Binger through turn 1, fine. Branchy through turn 1, fine. Butler, there's very easy, or Brian up to P2. Butler through turn 1. So all these boys are getting through the first corner, which is quite easy to run all four wheels off the track, and it's an invalid lap. So Brian's pulled the pins. That's him done for the quali session tonight. But or maybe we'll keep an eye on Kilroy, because he's going to be starting. He's probably going to be the last car over the line. As Branchy, he just improved, was he, or not? No, it was Boss jumped up to third.
Yep, Boss.
So we'll keep an eye. We might jump on board with maybe Kilroy if he can get a lap in. But we'll maybe keep an eye on, actually maybe Binger first. Maybe we'll ride on board with Binger for the last lap.
Let's have a look here. We might go on board with Binger. Should we go on board with Binger?
Yeah, let's go.
Not?
Passenger seat.
Let's
Put
have
it in
a look.
the passenger seat. Let's have a look.
Passenger seat. There we have it. Look at this Binger. We might go. There we go. We might go on the dash here. Through the old or the new turn 1 now, and this man, you can see the time counting down on your screen. He's up by 4 tenths of a second, so this lap is looking fairly good at the moment. He's currently, is he in P4 at the moment?
P9 actually.
P9, I beg your pardon. Yep, P9 at the moment.
He's 1.9 off poles. Let's look at this delta, and hopefully he can climb 1.5 seconds through this last few corners here.
So let's see what he can do. He's 2 tenths up at the moment. That is it. Qualifying is over, but we're going to stay on board with Binger in the number 33 Nissan for the end of his lap. He comes out of the final corner, keeps it in pretty good shape. I think he's lost a couple of tenths there though, Wilco. He's a tenth up on his personal best as he comes across the line. I don't think it's going to be pole position, but what has he done? It's only good enough for ninth, and that is him done.
Let's jump on board with, if you can go back to the maybe helicopter cam for the last little minute here. You got Good Vibes is coming up the finish line now, I'll call it. He's coming across and he goes up to P5, stays there. Now it's going to be 333 Mac. Can't improve the boss.
Let's have a look then, the boss.
Up to P2.
Second.
And we've got last guy is going to be Kilroy, so let's have a look at Kilroy and see what he can do.
Let's go on board with Kilroy. See what Kilroy can do. bad at all. Here he comes. Rounding the final corner, the last car on the track, where he's sitting in P9 at the moment. Can he improve? That is the big question here. As there we go, here he comes, almost a corner cut there across the line, and it's good enough for third. P3, great lap there. So a great finish to the session for Kilroy, the boss as well, improving at the end of that session. And this is all set up for a fantastic race with only a second covering the top 5, and then another second all the way down to Binger. And Rick Oztech, not sure what happened to him, but he's outside of the top 10 as we get ready to go racing here, ladies and gentlemen, at Silverstone, the home of British motorsport. That's what the Sky F1 team keep telling us, don't they, when we go there during the F1 season. But there we have it, 11 drivers getting ready to go racing for round 2 of this championship. And it is Branchy on pole position ahead of the boss. Not much between them, only a 10th or 2. And then it's back to Kilroy, Isuzu, O'Brien on the second row of the grid. GRT in 5th, Good Vibes 6th, Butler in 7th, and Aussie in 8th. Dazzler's man, what can he do from 8th on the grid? Mac in 9th, Binger in 10th, Rick Oztech in 11th as we get ready for the countdown. This is KRL, round 2, tier 2. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to the Good Buyers YouTube channel, the home of motorsport. More than a race.
Yeah, normally Binger's got some really good race pace.
Yeah, he hasn't done any
He's
practice.
normally
He's
going
been flat out
forward,
this week. So,
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he can find over the 60 minutes.
Welcome back,
I've just gone
ladies
to
and gentlemen. Wilco, we are almost ready, aren't we, on the formation lap? It's a very long formation lap around here. Wilco, sorry to cut you off there, but it's just never ending, isn't it? It's a long lap as the boys
throw to another commercial break.
yeah. Here we
Get
go.
the Channel 7 ads out the way.
Yep.
three ad breaks per lap.
Yeah, like after the footy with every goal. But here we go, Branchy then. On pole position, the boss. Looks like it'll be some intense racing up the front. Keen to see the final results. Top three could be Branchy, Kilroy and Brian and Voodoo. We know that your predictions have been absolutely spot on. As J-Mad says, good luck fellas, looking forward to a safety car at the end of lap 1. Safety car deployed, safety car deployed.
Have you got the safety car graphics, Trev? You got them?
Just got them ready and waiting.
Have
Whenever
flicking
that
up just so everyone can see.
I'll just, I'll get it up. I wish I could get it up. Here we go. Now, there we go. The safety car. Let's just, we're getting ready, aren't we? We might just forget about
No,
it.
not yet. No, it's the this is the old or the new finish line. We use the old one, but yeah.
There we go. So you can see the safety car. So if the safety car does get deployed, these are the graphics. You can see them on your screen, ladies and gentlemen, and they will be ready to go. Along with, is it Wilco or who's going out? Are you taking turns, fellas?
It's going to be me.
Okay.
Since Cam has a
That's
very cooked foot at the moment, so we'll leave him to the track with the pit lane reporter, and we'll let him have his foot on ice for the night.
Yep, there we go. So Voodoo as Kilroy. As Kilroy had a moment on the formation lap here.
That's not a good sign.
that's not a good sign, is it?
Championship leader spinning on the formation lap.
So not a good start. And there's plenty of time.
Hopefully he doesn't get a penalty for it.
So what are the rules here? Can he get back into position before the...
Well, I don't know. It will probably cancel him out. I don't know. We'll see.
Well, wait and see, because I know they're very strict, aren't they, on this game, Wilco, if you don't stay in the right position. But
if Kilroy doesn't form up, then pretty much everyone behind's going to get drive-throughs. But it looks like he's up where he should be now.
There we go. So it looks like he's back into P3 there. Alongside him is Isuzu Brian. We're just about to get ready to go racing, and a 1 hour race. We had the sprint round last week, and now it's the endurance round here at Silverstone. Branchy getting himself into position, just squaring this corner off, getting a good run out of it as the boss not too far behind him here. Can him and Brian get some good points here again tonight? We're almost ready. Drivers need to stay in their lane, of course, before the start of this race. 11 drivers, 1 hour of racing ahead of us. Who is going to win here at Silverstone tonight? You can see the drivers getting ready. We're counting down. We're almost there. It's coming. Here we go. Are you ready for it? It's the next line, isn't it? Come on, here we go. Let's get going. Green light, go, go, go. And the Universal Boss gets us underway. Branchy into the first corner first as he started. Great stuff. The boss not too far behind him under all sorts of pressure here. And into Maggots and Beckett's very early on. Can the boss make a move? It's a long, long race. You don't want to do anything silly at the start of this one. And look at that, Brian. Right up behind the boss there. Anything happened down at the back? No. Green flags. You saw the marshal. All good. Everyone's got away cleanly. And as soon as I've said that, someone's gone spearing off the track. GRT. Is that a safety car? We'll wait and see what race control says. And Green flag. Michael Massey not doing anything with that one. But GRT then is down the back. There we go. Sorry, it's corrected itself now. Branchy leads, Boss in second, Brian third. And good stuff from Brian, and Kilroy in fourth, Butler fifth there. Good vibes. So everyone almost getting away cleanly. Binger in seventh now. Aussie Thunder in eighth for you, Dazzler. Mac Miller, Rick Tech rounding out your top 10. GRT right at the back, Wilco, but there's a long, long way to go.
Yes, there is. So we're just talking before. There's going to be close between Branchy, Boss, Brian, Kilroy and GRT, and I said hopefully nothing happens to any of those five because they're going to have a ripper race with also Binger, who's already up to P7 from P10, so he hasn't done much practice this week, so hopefully Binger, once he can get his eye in, he should be very quick around this track. But yeah, GRT 8 seconds behind, so hopefully he can catch up. He's got 58 minutes to go, and I'm sure he'll get his maybe pit stop out of the way now if he's got damage, and get some clear air, and hopefully he'll be back in contention come the last 10 minutes of this race.
And you can see how close it is. You mentioned clear air, Wilco. I reckon that's a good tactic there. If GRT can come in, maybe get that pit stop out of the way, any damage that he's picked up there, and get back out onto the circuit. Race control, pit lane is open. No safety car for that incident on lap 1. as we come through. Branchy leads, not by much though. The Boss still in second. Brian dropping back a few tenths. Kilroy there as well, but this is so close. There's a little bit of a gap now back to Butler, and my Bingaling in 6. Good vibes, Aussie Thunder, Mac Miller. Not a bad start from Mac Miller. Rick hanging on at the back, and GRT's got some pace though, and it won't be too long before he gets onto the back of Rick Oztech. I don't think he's made a stop. He will be thinking about it. Doesn't look like there's too much damage on that Mercedes there, Wilco, but he just seemed to go straight off. I don't think he made contact with anything, did he? Straight to the gravel trap and managed to get it back going again.
Yeah, we might get our pit lane reporter Voodoo on the replay camera and see what actually happened if he hasn't already. Here he is.
Yeah, I've already evaluated it. Butler unfortunately managed to get a better run and just grabbed the end of GRT coming out of the S's, and GRT thankfully didn't hit the wall. It was only minor margin between the wall and him, but yeah, no damage.
And Branchy now, thank you, magnificent stuff from Voodoo, the Nigerian prince, with us in the pit lane tonight with his foot up. Not travelling that well, not on 2 feet anyway, but thank you for that, Voodoo. Branchy, the Boss, still in second, so the gap almost a second between 1 and 2. And what sort of pressure is this man Branchy? What sort of pressure is he going to be under, Wilco? What's it like? You've got the whole pack bearing down on you and you're out in the lead. You're trying to absorb that pressure, are you? What's going through your mind?
Oh, you just teeing up for me just to give myself a big head, aren't you, Trev? But yeah, leading from the front is always probably the trickiest thing to do, because you can sort of start playing little mind games on yourself and think, oh, I've got to make sure I don't, make a mistake. You put pressure on yourself, you're eventually going to make a mistake. So one thing I learned last season was once you get in the lead is just don't even bother looking behind you. Just keep looking at your apexes, keep looking at your braking points, just keep hitting them, and you just find yourself that you just keep pumping in laps and you just end up pulling away from the car behind anyway. So it's just about being focused and not worrying about the cars behind, Trev.
Great stuff. You have to be focused. Great advice there from our resident two-time champion. 4 championships in the commentary box out of 3. I don't have
it. There's 4 champions in here. Sorry, 4 champions between all 3 of us, Trev.
4 championships between all 3 of us. That's why I ended up a commentator, Wilco, because I'm not a world champion. But anyway, Branchy in first now, 7 tenths. The Boss is hanging in there. Isuzu Brian, the anti-vaxxer now, 1.6 off the back of that lead, the lead of the Boss and Branchy. But Kilroy now 4th, 54 minutes to go. And then it's Butler, Binger right up behind each other, just playing it safe at the moment. GRT has got ahead of Rick, has he? So Rick must have had a moment somewhere. So GRT has snuck back inside the top 10. Please get those comments coming in. Do not be shy.
Here comes Binger.
And Binger, here he comes. Just lining up a move down the inside. If you don't mind, are they going to make contact? No. And Butler, just the outside now, going to become the inside for Binger. And is he going to have a go here? Let's have a look. He's getting very close here, Wilco. I reckon my money's on him, just diving it down the inside here on Butler. I reckon Butler, you talked about not looking in those mirrors, but Butler's going to have to in a minute. I reckon he comes down and gets the move. Oh, Butler, bit of Schumacher there from Adelaide a few years back, just jab right in the side. But Binger's managed to get through anyway. Actually, a bit unfair there to Butler. I think that might have been a little bit of lag on my screen, Wilco. But
there was a little bit of contact. Butler just kind of misjudged how close Binger was on the inside, and just a little side-to-side contact. So there's nothing in that. It's just, again, Butler just getting used to the game and, get your radar up the top. Sometimes it can be a little bit off-putting, and but that's all right. That was a clean move by Binger, very nicely done. And he's up to P5 from P10, so half the position's gone, half still to go, Trev.
Great stuff. There we have it, Scotty. Scotty boy. Last week, Brian got his first COVID jab at turn 1. He sure did. And he hasn't had to wait 6 weeks for another one, I don't reckon. But we'll wait and see how Brian goes. Who is going to give him his second jab this week? Scotty is made of questions right now. But thank you for watching, Scotty and Brian. And are you a cop, Brian? There we have it. He's 2 seconds off the Boss in P2. So the lead guy's just getting a bit of a gap there, so things starting to settle down. We'll wait and see who gives Brian that jab this week, Scotty, but thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. Great to have you with us. Hope you're safe and well wherever you're watching us from. Great to have your company tonight. But this midfield, look at them. Kilroy now, fourth. Binger, who got past Butler.
Oh, Kilroy's around.
And
Oh, he's been collected.
Kilroy is around, and he's been collected by Binger.
Binger's killed him. Binger's absolutely... That was a massive crash. That could even be a safety car.
Let me just get the graphics ready.
Call it, Cam. Call it.
Cam, we've got...
Yep.
Safety car deployed. That's right, or has it been deployed? Have I gone too early? No, Voodoo's left the party. It's actually happening, Dazzler, who says, who will be watching the Italian Grand Prix this weekend? I sure will be. Max now back in the championship lead, but the safety car is out. And there we have it, proudly sponsored by the good people at Fanatec. Here is Jason Wilkinson, a man who's more used to leading races. I guess he will be technically in the safety car tonight. But so the plan, Wilco, as you just come back out onto the track, I think you're just about to pick up our race leader.
Yep, so we'll just pick up Branch. So a few boys didn't pit. So I did say we're only going to do... Boss has obviously not realised the safety car, but... So I'm going to hold 100k an hour, or close again, for this one lap, and then this lap, I'm pitting. So it's just going to be one lap for the safety car, so that gives those people who haven't pitted still a little chance for them to... If they miss the call, they're not going to be right at the back of the pack, so we'll see how we go.
There we go, so a chance for what is pretty much a reset, actually. Drivers can come into the pits, of course, get any damage fixed. And 9 minutes in to this endurance round 2 endurance race here at Silverstone for Tier 2, round 2 of this championship. And the safety car is out, and Kilroy and Binger, if you're just joining us, have had a bingle, and that sees both of those boys down the back of the field. Scott, what time is the F1 race this weekend? 11 p.m, I think, isn't it? European time over there, of course, for Italy in Monza. 11 p.m. For the last of the triple headers before I think we head to Russia in a couple of weeks' time. A race which is actually 2 hours earlier, I believe. Fun fact, there we go. Eastern time on the eastern states. As Wilco now just waiting for the pack, who are a fair way off here, Wilco. They're just coming around.
We're not waiting for the pack, we're just doing 100k,
yep.
So whatever happens, happens.
There we go.
If they catch up, they catch up, but they still going to have to do another pit stop though.
Rightio, so there you have it. So Wilco, got a few corners to go here before the end of this lap. Thank you, Dazzler. Looking into it for Scotty, but I think it's 11 p.m. Eastern time if you're on the eastern states, 9 if you're in Perth for the Formula 1 on Sunday night. But 49 minutes left in this race for KRL here at Silverstone. Wilco holding to the 100Ks. Voodoo, safety car going around for one more lap, or in this lap. Voodoo, it's coming in this lap. And you don't have any lights. Oh, no, you do have lights there, Wilco. But anyway,
Yeah, I do.
There we go. So safety car, the lights have gone off. So that's usually an indication, isn't it, that the safety car is coming in on this lap. And you can see there, we have had a major incident. Kilroy and who else was it? Binger. Binger, who's, sorry, I was looking for his name there, but I think he must have dropped off the screen, which is a shame, because now we're only down to 9 drivers. As there we have it, Wilco in the pits, safety car back in, and we are ready to get back racing once again. And Boss putting all sorts of pressure on this safety car restart onto Branchy, Brian, and Butler there, 3rd and 4th. Let's have a look at our leader as Voodoo has joined the party again. We can get rid of those safety car graphics, of course. As 48 minutes left now, we've had our first safety car of the night. How many will we have before the end of this one? But Branchy, that gap, which was about a second or so, is less than that. You can see just 0.3, nothing separating them as they come down Hanger Straight. It is Branchy, Boss, Brian, Butler, all the Bs in the top 4. And the Boss, can he get a slipstream down Hanger Straight and into Stowe? He's not quite close enough. There we have it. Couldn't quite get the move done there as Branchy now. And is that Brian having a little bit of a look at Boss here? And the Boss, he's just leaving his braking a little bit late, isn't he? I thought he was going to collect Branchy there for a second, but Branchy, our driver of the week for last week, Tier 2. Get your votes coming in. at the end of this race, but still a long, long way to go. Mac Miller running wide. He's up to 5th place, Wilco. He's looked good tonight, Mac Miller.
Yes, he has, but he's not made a pit stop. So these guys who have done their pit stop, they're probably going to come out about 20 seconds or so ahead. But if there's no other safety car for the rest of the race, and these boys, 20 minutes to go, could be a little bit of a chase down to see what's going to happen. Unless, of course, it is going to rain in the next 30 minutes, then everyone's going to have to pit. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. Maybe we could have done a safety car for a proper 2 laps like we did last season, but a lot of the boys from last season said the safety car. How this race unfolds.
There we have it. Sorry, I just went off. There we go, we're back. Sorry, apologies for that. We just lost our connection there for a second. But so Mac yet to make his stop. Butler, Brian, Boss and Branchy. So the top 5 yet to make their stops. The next 4 have, of course. And like Wilco said, they'll probably come out about 20 seconds ahead of the rest of them. Round 2 action coming to you from Silverstone. We mentioned the possibility of rain, Wilco, and we know around this circuit in this part of the world, anything can happen in terms of weather. And that temperature, 21 degrees air temperature, 21 track as well. No real wind to speak of here. But lap 6 of this race, and Branchy still under pressure there from the boss, but he's keeping a level head, that's for sure. And he's doing very nicely indeed. It's not even a second back to Brian, then it's Butler. And it was only really Kilroy who had that incident with Binger. Binger's dropped out of the race. As Dazzler says, the race starts at 11 p.m. This is the F1 race he's referring to at Monza in New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, the Eastern States, 10:30 p.m. in South Australia for you, Voodoo, and 9 p.m. in WA. So there we have it. Geez, it used to be good when the races started at 10, wasn't it, Wilco? Just an hour earlier.
Yeah, tell me about it.
It was quite nice, but of course I can remember the day when they didn't show them live, and they were on at 4:30 in the morning. Funnily enough,
Wow.
when we didn't have an Australian driver in Formula One. But anyway, that was a long time ago. And Kilroy now down in 9th, 14 seconds off of Good Vibes, who's out on his own. These two, as I hope we haven't lost the connection. God, we've lost the connection yet again. I do apologise. We'll try and get this connection back up and running, and we'll be back with you in just a few moments.
He's behind him, but yeah, Aussie's there for a race win, so yeah, maybe we should have done a proper safety car, but we'll see how it goes. See what happens.
Welcome back for the second time. Go Voodoo. Sorry, we're just having a few connection issues at the moment.
Oh, you're good. We were just having a bit of a chat about the safety car and where everyone might end up coming out. I was just about to add in, it's going to be interesting to see what actually ends up happening. There was a bit of warning prior to being able to access pit lane, and they chose to go around for the safety car. So, yeah, I mean, like Wilco said, Aussie's in for a win here, depending on the way that things go for the pit strategy and stuff like that. So, it's going to be one to keep an eye on.
He's sitting pretty, isn't he, Wilco? Aussie Thunder there made his pit stop. As we're on board with Good Vibes at the moment, but lap 7 of this race. We might, what do you reckon, Wilco? We might ride on board with someone here just to make it interesting.
Yeah, let's go on board with the boss, because he's right up behind Branch here, so we can see what the boss and that Lamborghini look like around the Silverstone circuit.
Let's just have a look here. And you can see that is the first place man, Branchy, just ahead of the boss. This is what it looks like on board now. Helmet cam, Wilco.
Yeah.
Working beautifully here. We are riding on board with the boss.
290 frames per second. Here we go.
290 frames per second. That'd be nice. Maybe on those. Maybe on the PS5, if you're lucky enough to have one. But I'll get one someday. But there we go. 42 minutes. You can see. Look at the graphics there. You can see all of the information that the boss has to deal with at the moment. His best lap at 2 minutes flat, 0.660. His last lap at 2:01.1. And you can see that gap now, roughly a second to a Branchy there as he goes off into the distance. Now down Hanger Straight. What speeds are we reaching on Hanger Straight? Let's have a look.
260, I'd say.
260, so 250. Come on, 250, almost 260 there. Down to third gear. Through Stowe now, past the new F1 pit lane, which we are not using tonight.
Into club.
Into club corner and takes a little bit too much curb there, runs wide on the exit, but no harm done. And here we go then, so the boss now, and it looks like Branchy's just getting away from him here, Wilco. I reckon he's got all the pace at the moment, Branchy.
Yeah, that Lamborghini is notorious for using its tyres, and Branchy obviously is very consistent, so we'll see if and Brian just minds and I'll have to go back to that if he doesn't actually mention.
I'm back. Sorry about that. It's I tell you what, I'm going to have to stop everyone using the Wi-Fi in this house, I reckon, after 8:30 p.m. on streaming nights, Wednesdays and Thursdays. As I do apologise, Wilco, if you were talking to yourself there, but we might jump off of the boss.
Yeah, I was just saying Brian and Butler had a little battle there, but Brian has pitted, so this is going to be the first indicator of where these boys are going to come out. So I'm going to guess around, Brian should come out probably around Kilroy, I'd say.
So let's have a look. Brian
in
into
30-second pit stop plus the transfer time, so it's probably about 45 to maybe even a minute, so that's what they're going to lose.
There we go. So Brian into the pit lane, past the safety car there. We don't want to watch him have his pit stop. That's not too exciting, is it? So fingers crossed. We don't lose. We don't want to lose the connection once again. Very odd, Wilco. We've done all the tests and the network tests and everything. Got the wired connection. But anyway, still, it's one of those things that can happen. As Butler now up to third. So Thunder still looking good. Up to P6 at the moment. As Naeem Zamoon Azzaruddin has commented, I don't think that's the KRL channel, that's the cricket stuff, isn't it? But less than 40 minutes remaining now. Thank you, Azzaruddin, for that comment. But Butler up to third position. My goodness, I thought he had a moment there. He took too much curb and he's gone off, but now he's back on. Mac Miller up to fourth, yet to make his stop. Of course, lap 9 of this race. It is a long race, that's for sure. We've still got 40 minutes to go in this one, but Branchy has not put a foot wrong so far in this race. He is looking good. And Dazzler wants to know, when was the last time it rained in a race on this game? That's a very good question.
Yeah, so the thing with the rain in this game, it's very hit and miss. So when I set up the lobby, you don't have your, like on F1 where you can make it, dynamic and stuff. You have to do like all these different values and stuff. So I've got the rain set from at 10% pretty much, it's 0.1, so 10%. So there's a 10% chance of rain for that. I got the cloud cover set to 50%, which is why it looks so overcast, which that boosts the chance of rain again. And then we've got a random weather randomizer, which I've got that on 1. So put all that into the computer, it's a 55% chance off the top of my head that there is going to be rain. So it's, again, there was damp in this pre-practice session we had. At the moment, it's like the rest of this race, you can see at the top of the screen, you've got the 3 little clouds. That's right now, 10 minutes and 30 minutes, and it's all going to be clear for the next 30 minutes. But we can't see anything else after that, so unless it's going to rain for the last 8 minutes or so, it looks like it's going to be another dry race here tonight.
So you're still saying there's a chance
Pretty
of
much.
rain. There we have it. So thank you. Hopefully that answers your question, Dazzler. The last time we saw some rain, but you never quite know. It is a bit different, like you said, Wilco, from the F1 game, I think, where you can do some more things in terms of the weather. But Branchy, that gap still less than a second, I beg your pardon. So the boss gaining there. And let's hope...
So just to jump in here, so Brian has come out. He's come out 20 seconds behind Gilroy, so that's uh, quite a lot. So unless he had damage, which I don't know where he would have got damage from, hasn't had an incident. So that's just that's probably about a minute you lose doing a drive through there. So Branchy and Boss, they've sort of stretched their legs a little bit. So they're 14 seconds ahead of Mac. And then Aussie Thunder is coming up to the sector split in about 10 seconds time. So we'll see. Hopefully Branchy and Boss can try and keep stretching out this gap and get it out to that, 50, 55 second gap. And then they can have a nice battle with Aussie Thunder, GRT and Binger, who will all have a nice battle there. So there you go, 18 seconds plus 14 seconds plus a few seconds. So it's probably around that 30-odd second mark at the moment, so they're going to come out around 20 seconds behind the leaders, which is probably about 5 or so seconds behind Kilroy at the moment, roughly.
So there we have it, all about the strategy with 36 minutes remaining. And Branchy, he must be getting sick of Boss, isn't he? He's not quite... He's always there, isn't he? He's just, every time he looks in his mirrors, he's got the Boss behind him in that Lamborghini. We know that Lamborghini's pretty quick, pretty handy in a straight line. But when are these top four going to make a pit stop? That is the big question. And Thunder up to fifth now, still looking very good indeed. Butler, and he's up into, well, still in fourth, I should say. Mac third. So this is very interesting. Kilroy, after that incident, down in eighth. And Brian, did you say he had a drive? Was it a drive-through penalty?
No, he just did his pit stop.
Oh, did his pit stop. Beg your pardon. So he's done his pit stop now, and we'll wait and see where he comes.
So
he's going to get through the
thing I can think of is Aussie Thunder dropped a second off Butler on this sort of bit, which of course is a second off the front two. So if you can see Aussie Thunder, GRT, and Good Vibes are all going to have started the battles. If they slow each other up, and they, really, drop a couple seconds lap, a few side-by-side moments and stuff, that's going to bring Kilroy closer, which is going to bring Branchy and Boss closer. So he's still on for a, 6-7 way fight for the lead here. And of course, Aussie being in front, we know how quick GRT is, so these two are teammates though, so they obviously don't want to trip over each other, with Good Vibes hunting them down. So even if this is the battle for the lead, 3 cars is better than 1, Trev.
Certainly is. That's what we want. We want a battle for the lead. And Voodoo Season 2, we had some wet weather, Dazzler. And we certainly did. Maybe Voodoo can do a rain dance. We're probably not... Oh, mane pemeho, mane pemeho. We're probably not allowed to say that sort of stuff. Voodoo might get offended. Voodoo is easily offended. There we go. Thank you for that, Dazzler. In fact, it was Voodoo, wasn't it? Just letting Dazzler know that it was Season 2. Of course, the OGs will remember that. Season 2, the real OGs will remember Long Beach, won't they? Way back in the day. But here we go, yeah. 34 minutes. Oh, g'day, guys. Welcome, Kid Boys Racing League here. And
we got 6 drivers here tonight for Long Beach. and then I think the game glitched out too, so it's you calling. I think it was Big Dog John or F1 Rocks back then. You got pole doing a 1:18.3, and then I've done a 1:19.4 to get pole for some reason. And you've gone. All I remember is Trev saying, and Wilco gets pole, and with a 1:19.4, I think these timings are up to Shizer. This is the before we started swearing on stream.
Yeah. Oh, big
and I
hello
remember the first time we did swear was Rob and you guys when Jono and Brody at Le Mans had that big crash. So,
oh dear.
Fun times over the years.
Good stuff.
2018.
2018.
7th of Feb 2018.
There we
He
go.
had 70 subs or something. Now
Yep.
look where we are. So.
Legend was born. Oh, look at that. We've got one person watching. Oh, it's me. Anyway, so Voodoo, the OGs will remember the whiplash at Road America.
Now we've got 8.
now we got make that 9. What are you talking about?
Oh, sorry.
So we're getting 3 viewers a year on average. But there we have it. 32 minutes. You got to laugh, don't you? And Voodoo.
Branchy's in the pits.
Oh, let's just have a look. Our race leader in the pits. In the pit lane, there we go, down to 60 Ks, is it, or less? I don't know, something
40,
like that.
I think.
40, I beg your pardon.
40.
So there we go, Branchy into the pits. So the boss through now. He'll have some clear air, Jason, to see what he can do with that. Let's see if is he going to try and overcut him, you reckon, Wilco, or is he just going to react?
We'll see. He might. If I was him, I would even try and push out to maybe 20 minutes to go and just sort of have a look where Branchy comes out. So there goes the front 3. We knew that was going to happen. Now here comes Kilroy. So this is going to be crucial. If Branchy can come out, that 5 or so seconds behind Kilroy, then it could be game on here. So here comes Kilroy across the line now, and Branchy is still holding. There he goes. He drops now. So it's probably going to be about 5 to 10 seconds behind Kilroy, but he has much fresher tyres. So if the tyre wear is quite high, he might be a second lap faster or so. So we'll see. We'll have to keep an eye on the times, and Voodoo has to keep an eye on the times as well, and we'll see what these boys. But look at the battle at the front here. Aussie Thunder GRT and Aussie Thunder GRT and Good Vibes are really close now, so this is going to be crucial for the lead of the race. This is effectively the lead battle.
Effectively the lead battle. The boss and Butler still are yet to make their pit stops, but this is where it's at. Look at this Thunder. We said he was in good shape, and Dazzler then. He's going to be a happy boy, isn't he? But it is Thunder, GRT, and Good Vibes, and this is very, very important. Any team orders between these two? I'm not too sure. We'll wait and see. Is GRT faster than you? I don't think so, because Thunder's keeping it all together very nicely indeed, and Good Vibes not too far behind him either. So effectively, 1, 2, 3, all on your screen.
What's going on with Butler here?
The boss has also just jumped into pit lane. He's about to stop, so it's going to be interesting to see where he comes out.
And there we have it. So we've got so the boss and Thunder gets a little bit twitchy there, and GRT's through. Will of Good Vibes have a crack at him here as well? Wilco, he just got out of shape there and let his teammate through.
Oh, that's crucial, because GRT might be able to stretch the legs here now. And what's Kilroy doing? He's only gained a second over this last 5 or so laps, so Kilroy doesn't look like he's got the pace at the moment. So there goes. Oh, they're all run wide there, but there goes the boys at the front. So let's have a look where the boss is going to come out. So here comes Kilroy past, and the boss should be 3, 2, 1, drop. There we go. So he's going to be going now. He's not going. There we go.
So
he's going to come out behind Kilroy. Behind Branchy. So
there we go.
These boys are going to have to be a full send for 30 minutes. There's still 14 laps to go, roughly, or 13 laps. So there's still a lot of laps to go. So these boys at the front, if they battle too hard and cook their tyres, you get Kilroy, Branchy, Boss. They're still catch up. So we'll see what happens. But back to the front battle.
Chance. We'll get back to this front battle. GRT now leads that battle at the front. If you're wondering what we're talking about, Butler, of course, is in the lead, but he's yet to make his stop. So this is where it's at the moment. GRT past Aussie Thunder now. And he's gaining a little bit on him, but look at Good Vibes there as well. Everybody except Butler has made their pit stop. As my second monitor's gone down, it's back again now. Must be the night for it. But anyway, so 28 minutes remaining in this race. As you said, Wilco, a long, long way to go. And we've gone over half race distance now. 32 and a bit minutes in this race gone. 28 to go, 14 laps gone, possibly 13 or 14 to go here. But where is Butler on the track? You guessed it, he's coming into the pits. Not sure what he's going to gain from going a little bit longer, but anyway, he's running his own strategy down to 50 kilometres in that pit lane, Butler. And now here comes GRT, and it's a 1-2 for Mercedes at the moment. So Aussie Thunder then leading, beg your pardon, leading this battle with Good Vibes. GRT is leading the race, and then it's Kilroy. So these boys, it's not over yet by any means, is it, Wilco? These boys further down can come back here. Fresher tyres, like you said, these guys battling at the sharp end of the field, they might just take a bit too much life out of their tyres. And these guys in the clear air can catch up and possibly be there at the end of the race.
Yeah, definitely. So I think I've worked it out. So pretty much when they're up on the jacks, it's coming out of those right left. What's that right left? You know, it's turn 2, 3 in the F1 track. That little section there. Once they're coming out of there, that's pretty much where, if they're just getting picked up on the pit box, that's where they're going to come out. If that makes any sense whatsoever, it doesn't. So don't worry about that.
Okay, I wouldn't know because I'm not a champion. That's the sort of stuff that makes you a world champion. And there we have it, 27 minutes remaining. Branchy, what's he doing? He's in P5. The boss, Butler, where's he come back out? Has he got a red
He's
mark
miles
next?
behind.
Has he got a red mark next to his name or a red number? What's going on there?
That's his stats. He hasn't done a lot of races, so he's technically a amateur driver at the moment, where everyone else in the white numbers is a pro driver.
There we go. So still pretty green is Butlerino. Still pretty new, learning the ropes there. Mac, what's he up to? Not too far behind Butler. But Mac down in ninth was up into fifth at one point, Mac. So not a bad race from him. He will get some points.
Everyone will.
So will you, Wilco, I think, if you're 15 laps down there. So you might even pick up a point here, all going well. But GRT now 1.4 seconds ahead of Aussie Thunder, with Aussie Thunder not doing Good Vibes any favours here. I was about to say, is he holding him up almost? But Good Vibes,
Well,
yet.
I'm just looking at Kilroy. Remember I said it was 12 seconds or 13 seconds. It's now down to 9. So the last 2 laps, he's taken about 1.5 seconds out each lap. So he's starting to push now. So this could be again very interesting. Aussie Thunder seems to start to struggle a bit. So hopefully he can pull it back into rhythm and just sort of, maybe he's just holding up Good Vibes for his teammate GRT, because those boys, if you didn't notice, with the exact same livery they're running, and number 2 and number 22, they are Team MRT, so I'm guessing that's Mercedes Racing Team. So they're battling, or they're first and second at the moment, but Good Vibes have got a little run here, but that Merc has just got a little bit too much legs in the straight through.
And the Mercedes power there winning out. And no, can't quite get through there. That Mercedes just with a bit more top end, a bit like the Lamborghini, always very quick in a straight line, but Good Vibes. Is he going to have another go here? No, he's just going to bide his time. But 9.3, you mentioned that gap, Wilco. It's coming down pretty quickly. We'll wait and see. We'll keep an eye on that one.
14 seconds to Branchy, so he's now 11.6 behind. So it's all starting to close up still. Again, 24 minutes to go. This is quite a long race. It's more than the sprint race last week, so that's how long we've got to go. So yeah, if these boys can just take a second lap, that's going to be right there at the end.
And they're going to be right there at the end as Dazzler chipping in says, how many points do you get when you win a race? Well, Dazzler, we have a different point system in the sprint rounds, which we had last week. I think we had points down to 8th place, but Wilco, is it top 10 for this week?
Yep, so F1 point system for the hour races. So 25 for first, 18 for second, 15 for third. The sprint races is 15 for first, 12 for second, and 10 for third, all the way down to 8, where everyone here, the top 10, or top 9, because that's all that's left, will get a point. So 9th place at the moment, Butler, he'll get 2 points for his championship, where GRT at the moment would get 25. Branchy did get 1 point for pole position, so yeah, that's an extra point up into his little kitty bag there. So yeah, it rewards sort of, whatever race you have. Look, if you can get pole, then you already got a point up your sleeve. So we'll see how it happens.
There we have it, and no point for fastest lap like the F1.
No.
So none of that. We've got the point for pole position as well. But 17 laps having elapsed here.
7.9 between Kilroy now.
7.9. I tell you what, whilst we've got Thunder, Good Vibes, they're very close. I was about to say squabbling with GRT, but he's not. GRT's down the road now, so these two very close on track. You can see GRT off into the distance, but now Kilroy closing that gap. Thanks for your question, Dazzler. Keep them coming in. And it is great to have you with us once again, back one of our regulars now on the streams. So 23 minutes remaining and 8.1 seconds, Wilco, that gap. Look out. So that it's very tight. It's even closer here for Good Vibes, and he's on the defensive is Aussie Thunder. And where can he get through? You've got some long straights. Is it down hanger straight the best opportunity, Wilco? Or Jesus, he's getting close.
That Bentley is really quick through that change direction there at high speed. So if you sort of make him defend the inside, then yeah, I reckon Good Vibes might be able to sneak up the inside of that left-hander there next time around. If you can just get Aussie just to defend the inside into the right-hander, that's going to sharpen his apex and everything up for the next corner, the left-hander. So I reckon that's going to be the go. But let's see how good the change direction is through here as he gets really deep under brakes.
And
so
you
can
see
Good Vibes get a good exit through here? Doesn't look like Aussie's driving quite well straight off the corners.
There we go. So Good Vibes. Is he going to take a different line? No, sometimes you see the F1 guys sort of go out wide, don't you, Wilco, and sort of get a better run down this main straight. Good Vibes in. You can see, we can see Kilroy, I think, in the background of that picture.
7.1, now 6.5, so another 6 tenths in that last sector. It's the last sector. He is absolutely dominant through there, Kilroy. We might have to get Voodoo to have a look at the lap times the last couple of laps. Actually, I can do that myself, actually, so give me 2 seconds. I'll tell you.
Whilst these two are squabbling, Wilco, the winners out of this are GRT, who's now nearly 3 seconds in the lead, and Kilroy, we can see him now, 6.5. Look at the, there he is. You can see him. He's on his way. Branchy, that gap. Good Vibes down the inside. Is he going to make this move stick? He sure is, and you could see that coming a mile away. Good Vibes is through and up to second. But Aussie Thunder is not done with yet. He can't make a move back and return the favour. But Good Vibes now up into P2. And you've got to say he needed to make that move, Wilco, because you can see Kilroy and 7.8 seconds that gap. So as Kilroy had a bit of a moment here, because it was 6.5, so he's lost a second there somewhere, Kilroy, on that lap. But Good Vibes now up into second place, and can he make any inroads into GRT at the front? That is going to be the big question. So splitting up the two teammates. Good Vibes now, there we have it, up into P2 on your screen. Kilroy not too far behind. Branchy now 8 seconds that gap. It was 10, Wilco, but now down to 8, the boss. And he's sort of gone out of this race a little bit. Let's wait and see. Like we keep saying, still plenty of time in this one for the boss. Isuzu Brian down in 7th here. Mac Miller up to 8th now. So Butler maybe didn't have a great pit stop there. He's 6.9 seconds off of Mac. I think he was ahead of Mac Miller after his stop, so not sure what happened there. But it's interesting, Wilco, these endurance rounds, it takes a lot of concentration, doesn't it? A lot of focus to stay absolutely on it for the 1 hour. And we see some drivers prefer the sprint rounds, some prefer the endurance. But GRT sitting pretty there, 3.8 seconds in the lead. And Thunder now just less than a second to Good Vibes as we wait for the cameraman to catch up. There we go. So it's still not over, is it, for P2? Good Vibes managed to get the move done, but now Aussie Thunder, is he going to have a go down the straight? We know that Mercedes has got plenty of top-end grunt, plenty of power in its engine. No, he's a fair way off. And Kilroy now 6 seconds, just 6 seconds, almost less than 6 seconds now, Wilco, between him and Aussie Thunder. So Kilroy says, you know what, I'm coming.
Aussie just made a little mistake there. He just bounced over the sausage curb. So that was a mistake. But yeah, Branchy's been the quick man. He's doing the last 4 or 5 laps. He's been doing 2-minute dead. So he's absolutely flying. He's now 7 seconds behind. And the boss is sort of going with him. He's probably actually. I can't look at Boss's lap times. He's probably been a little bit quicker actually. Yeah, his fastest lap was a 2-minute.5. Is it Voodoo? Yep.
Yeah, I was going to say, Kilroy's been doing 201 flats where Aussie and Good Vibes have been around the 202 to 203 mark. So, I mean, these backpedalers, fresher tyres, are looking pretty good for towards the end of the race. I mean, Aussie, Good Vibes and GRT, I think they went into the pits at around the 45-minute mark on the safety car. So the tyres are going to start dropping off quite heavily over this last 18 minutes.
And the track temperature has gone down a degree, down to 20. It says track conditions fast though, Wilco. So I think we had green at the start, of this race, but it is fast now. 20 degrees, no real wind to speak of. But let's have a look. 4.6 seconds now between Kilroy and Aussie Thunder before he joins this battle between Good Vibes and Thunder. GRT now off into the distance. Just having a look. Branchy, Kilroy, and Brian. So they were your predictions, Voodoo. And you never know, there's still a long...
My predictions are GRT, Good Vibes, and Kilroy.
Ooh, there we have it. There we have it. Fair to say, Voodoo's was an hour and a half ago nearly, but anyway, great stuff. But who knows? Who knows? Branchy, he's making it. Can he make up enough time to get up there as 12 people? Can we get to the Buddy 13 watching this stream? Let us know who is your driver of the day. I'm not sure when we start taking votes for driver of the day.
Yeah, we'll start with around the 10 minutes to go, I reckon. So you can get your voting now, but if you want to change it, make sure you stay with us and change just before the end of the race.
There we have it. So Good Vibes second, Thunder in third, and Kilroy not too far behind him. And that gap was 4.2 out the front. Where's our lead man? There he is on lap number 20. Is he looking like a sure thing at the moment? It's looking pretty good. Could we see Kilroy come through? With 16 minutes left, it's going to be a lot of work though, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think Kilroy's going to have the legs and the tyre conditions to get to GRT. He will definitely catch up to Aussie, and he will definitely catch up to Good Vibes, but just for these Driver of the Day nominations, let me just go through. We'll go through GRT. Remember, he qualified in P5 and was last on lap 1, remember? So he was right almost out of it. And then we had the safety car, and he got back in it. Where was Good Vibes? Good Vibes qualified 6th. Aussie Thunder qualified 8th. And then you had Kilroy qualified 3rd, Branchy 1st, Boss in 2nd. So they were the top 6 in quali, and they've sort of all jumped up at the moment. So keep that in mind. Remember that GRT was not in the fence, on the grass, spun, and was about 15 seconds off last. And now with the safety car, he's back in it. So yeah, definitely interesting. Still not over yet.
There we have it. Yeah, you're spot on. I think right at the beginning of this race, we keep saying it's a long race and you can get back in it, but GRT now in the lead of this one, but he was going off. He went straight off, didn't he, on the opening lap there, and he had his incident there, but he's back in the lead now. And let's go through the order. The Boss down in P6, Isuzu Brian. All on his own there at the moment, so he's social distancing down there in 7th. Mac Miller is a long way behind him, nearly a quarter of a lap almost there. Mac Miller in 8th, and Butler, the new boy, not too bad for the new boy, Wilco. He's going to pick up a couple of points here, and
more about
hopefully
track experience and just experience on the game. Doing an hour race, definitely you learn a few things, but yeah, you sort of feel a little bit sorry for your Brian, Branchy, and Boss, as they were in the lead, of course, before the safety cars. So that's obviously not worked out for them. I guess you can't predict safety cars. That's what, I can already see there's going to be not tears, but there's going to be a few unhappy people in the post-race debrief on the Discord and stuff, saying how the safety car really stuffed up a race. But I guess, yeah, safety cars, it was said before that I'm going to do one lap 100k an hour. If you choose to pit, you pit. If you don't, you don't. So it was up to them. They chose not to pit, so we'll see what can happen for the last 13 minutes now.
Yep, we'll wait and see, but I guess that's the risk you take, isn't it, Wilco, with safety cars? Doesn't matter what, really, wherever, it's all down to luck, isn't it, with safety cars, wherever you are on the track at the time. If you're near the pit lane, You could be on the other side of the track, so it all, I know what you mean. There's going to be a few unhappy campers on Discord tonight. But anyway, with 13 minutes remaining in this one, Voodoo. Yes, Nigerian Princess, to help with your decision. These were the qualifying results, and thank you for that, Voodoo. P1 for Branchy, the boss, Kilroy, Brian in P4, GRT was 5th, Good Vibe 6th, Butler, Aussie, Mac, Binger, and Rick. So, boy, oh boy, GRT from 5th to 1st. As...
Brian
What's happening there with Brian?
just did a little corner cut there, trying to make up time. Maybe there was a COVID vaccination hub on the apex of Maggots and Beckett's, and he
Wow.
said, "No, I'm cutting the corner." That's why maybe that's happened.
There was a drive-through testing facility coming out of Maggots and Beckett's there, and I think he decided, sorry, I just sort of surprised me. It took me by surprise there. I was reading out those qualifying results. Thank you, Voodoo, and then Isuzu Brian decided to play dirt instead, and he was just going across the grass there. You can afford to do that, though.
He is a rally driver in real life, so he's been sitting on Discord. I think he must have had a crash in his little, was it an Escort or something? I can't really remember off the top of my head, but he's driving that and he's been repairing it, so he's been sending photos through. So again, another driver we've got that's that drives in real life. You obviously got Car Dude, you got John as well. He used to be Carter. I don't think he's anymore. Yeah, so we got a few boys that actually are drivers in real life, races in real life, or having a go on the game and seem to be going alright.
Great stuff.
How quick Cart Dude is.
Great stuff, Cart Dude. Hello to you down there in Tassie. But GRT leading this one by a long way. The extent of my rally experience.
Team Radio Voodoo?
Team Radio Voodoo?
Yeah, I was just going to jump in there. Brian had a massive moment at the start of the S's. Looked like the rear end kind of got out from him, managed to save it from the wall. But that's the only reason why he went full cross country.
Thank you for that, Voodoo, reporting live from the pit lane. Great stuff. Great to have you with us once again. We've got 4 championships, I should say. 3 champions. We're all champions. But lap 23 of this race. I was about to say the extent of my rallying experience. Colin McRae rally on the PlayStation, including those cheat codes where your car could turn into jelly. And then there was another UFO one where you'd get zapped up by aliens. But what a great game that was.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You could, anyway, I'll talk to you. I'll talk to you later off air. But we won't talk about Colin McRae. Very sad what happened to him. But Dazzler, Aussie to get driver of the day because he started in 9th, now in 3rd. Dazzler, big fan of Aussie Thunder. And he's up to 9th to 3rd. Not bad, Wilco. Not bad at all.
Oh, he'll get my vote if he can hold off Kilroy for the last 10 minutes. If he can hold off Kilroy, then Aussie gets driver of the day for me. If not, then I'll have to go back to the drawing board and work out who is going to be driver of the day. Because Branchy's down to 4 seconds now, so we're going to have about maybe 5 laps left, 4 laps left. So we're going to see what Branchy and Kilroy and Aussie can do. It's going to be a battle for 3rd, I reckon, here.
There we go. So the battle is going to be on for the cursed 3rd place. Who is going to get it here today? That's what the question is, Voodoo. I'm sure that you can answer it in your magic dream maker. But there we go. Branchy 3rd. So it's going to be a good effort now. Kilroy 1.2 seconds off of Aussie Thunder. He's about to join the party here, Wilco. And
DRS Open.
DRS Open. He's almost there. Look at that. 0.990. So he's in the DRS. If this were Formula One, of course. Perhaps not the place to be opening it through these high speed left, right, left again. And always what I seem to stuff up on the PlayStation in F1. But 9 minutes remaining here in this race. Thank you for everyone that's gone on the journey with us. 9 viewers, 9 minutes remaining, and 24 laps completed. There is GRT on his merry way. We don't want to talk too soon, but 5 seconds back to good vibes. And Aussie Thunder and Kilroy, he is well and truly there. Biggest position move so far. Aussie Thunder from P8 to P3. GRT from 5 to 1 and good vibes from P6 to P2. Thank you for that, Voodoo. Great bit of information there. But Kilroy, he's going to have the pace. He's coming up on him very quickly. Can you see this move getting done sooner rather than later, Wilco?
Yeah, I don't know. Kilroy is a very clean driver, so if any sniff of an accident happen, he'll back out of it. So it's a good thing to be that, but at the same time, it can sort of make you a little bit too cautious. Oh, here we go. Ozzy's made a little mistake. He's going to be tight through here, so this is Kilroy's chance. He's going to get the run here. But again, he's a very cautious driver, which is good. But sometimes it can sort of take away, if you're too cautious, take away some overtaking opportunities. So I'm happy for Kilroy to prove me wrong. He's a ripper bloke, so hopefully he can send it on Aussie here, and we can have a nice little battle. Hopefully, Aussie's having a big moment. Great save there by Aussie. He was right out sideways, but he's unfortunately made a mistake, and that's let Kilroy through. So now Kilroy's up to P3.
So Kilroy
Branchy closing down.
up to P3. Branchy not too far behind, like you mentioned, Wilco. You gave him a huge rap there, Kilroy. Very careful driver, and in the end, it was Thunder who made the mistake. As you were saying that, Wilco, I just half expected Kilroy to dive down the inside and send them both off the track there. But no, that's fine. All clean, all fair. And you'd expect nothing else from that man, Kilroy. Branchy, don't forget about him, like we said in the background there. But 4.7 now, the gap to the lead. And considering it's been such a long race, we've got a lot of... they're fairly close. The whole field is fairly close, isn't it, Wilco? Considering we've had the 1 hour race, they're still very close.
Yeah, remember Branchy, Boss and Brian would be in this sort of, GRT, maybe in front of GRT and stuff, around that area. So they've probably lost about 20 seconds or so in the pit stop phase. So, ooh, hiccups. So yeah, that's going to be good race by all those boys sticking in. But yeah, it's up to Branchy now, 2 seconds behind. I think Aussie's really starting to struggle with his tyres now. Kilroy did pit with them as well. Remember, so he had the big crash with Binger, which is what caused the safety car right through this corner here. So we didn't actually get a replay of that, but yeah, right through these apexes there was a big crash, so we had to call the safety car and make sure there was no one else involved. But yeah, so Kilroy will be on the same tyre wear as these boys in first, second and fourth, where Branchy and Boss got about 20-minute fresher tyres, so good 10 laps or so fresher tyres. So yeah, I think Branchy should gobble up Aussie here. Again, Aussie might make a mistake again through this left-hander, but hopefully he doesn't.
There we have it. So Dazzler just reminding us that he is a 3-time champion in F1 on the Xbox. Great stuff. Got Xbox Game Pass, of course, for the PC. Plenty of games on there, so fantastic. Thank you, Dazzler. Xbox champion ×3 for F1.
Dazzler, we'll have to get you on the set of cords, mate. You can race with Aussie.
There we go, and you could have a
Go
piece.
buy a PlayStation, and yeah, you can jump on.
There we go. If you find any PS5s, Daz, let us know. But Branchy is all over the back of Thunder. And Thunder, I feel a bit sorry for Thunder. He's going to get kicked off the podium here in the not-too-distant future. But he was looking good, but he's just falling down the field now. A couple of little mistakes has cost him here. And the countdown is on. Less than 5 minutes to go in this one. Down hanger straight here, and Branchy is lining him up. He looks awfully close. Wilco, is he going to get it done? No.
Not this straight here.
Not this straight, not this time. And Branchy just lets Aussie Thunder live to fight another day.
We'll have to keep an eye on Kilroy and Good Vibes as well. They're just further up.
Look at this. Kilroy and Good Vibes very, very close. Well, he's not going to get to GRT, but fantastic drive through the field from Kilroy. He's made up all sorts of time here. Good Vibes. Don't go fully send it down there, Kilroy, but Good Vibes just getting his nose in front there. So, boy, after an hour or so, it all comes down to this. Branchy on Thunder for P4. And Kilroy looking at Good Vibes here for P2. So still plenty to play for, Wilco. Less than 4 minutes remaining. GRT still, having said all of that, sitting pretty out in front. 6.1 is the gap. So he's looked more than likely to get the win. But look at this. 2 battles on your screen. Kilroy and Branchy looks a hell of a lot closer. I think Thunder was just breaking the toe there. And he's run wide here before. Wilco, is he going to do it again? No, he has a tighter line then, but Branchy hangs it out a bit wide. Can he cross over and maybe get a run on him here out of this corner? We'll wait and see. He's very, very close. Almost gets a wheel onto the grass. In fact, I think he did kick up some dirt there. Now, does he go for the Hamilton? Or does he just wait and bide his time here? Maybe just keep it close through Maggots and Beckett's. And maybe have a crack at him.
Close.
It's too close to call this one. Wilco, oh, you're not going to get through there, son. Is he going to wait and go down the straight into Stowe?
Oh, I'll tell you what, he's getting a bit impatient here. Oh, he's made a mistake. He's caught it. Nice. He's got so much more grip than Aussie Thunder at the moment. He's sort of just catching him at awkward moments. So twice in the first corner and second corner, entering Maggots and Beckett's, he just had too much speed, sort of had to almost avoid Aussie Thunder because, yeah, he just had too much grip. So he sort of just has to just retune his driving and just think, okay, I'm faster through it, so I'll hang back on the entry and then use all my momentum, all my speed, carry it through, and hopefully get a lot better exit. So again, he's just pushing a little bit too hard, he just went a little bit too deep there. There's only 2 minutes to go, so this will be the second last lap here, so penultimate lap are on. But you can see Aussie Thunder is struggling with grip here. So this is, as a driver attacking, this is what you want to see. The guy in front, you know, missing his apexes, you going way quicker than them on the entry speed and exit speed. This is where you can set up a bit of a send. So you can sort of get them to hug the inside and, you know, really play with them a little bit. And then it's going to force a mistake or just force them to have a real narrow line, and you can just use the grip you got and just go right around the outside. And my favourite move, Trev.
You can see that right around the outside. Aussie Thunder has spent all of his lollies.
Tickets,
lollies. Thank you for saving me. Not for the first time, Wilco. Just chiming in there. Thunder, no. Oh, yes, he's kept it. He's doing very well on a set of extremely worn tyres, but it's not going to be a matter of if.
Here we go. He's got the run now.
There we go. He's got it done.
Oh, not yet.
Not
Still
quite.
Side by side. Aussie's still in front.
Side by side. Are they going to make contact here? And who was it? Christian Horner that said you don't put your nose down the inside there through that corner. And our leader is on the final lap. Thunder running a bit wide here, but that's going to give Branchy another go. But he can't quite make him. He's got to keep his composure here, doesn't he, Wilco? Because he's not going to have many other opportunities, is he? If he doesn't get him...
He's got to just turn a bit here. That's beautiful. Now he's right there. Now he's got to gun it. He could have gone a little bit wider on the entry to that corner, but he's done okay. But Aussie, he's got the grass then Aussie, but he's got some straight line speed, that Merc. So, again, he has to hold her on the outside here. Do the outside line, he should be able to get the crisscross. Or he's going to go up the inside. Oh, jeez. He's just got to go to the outside. If he can hold around the outside, and then you can get the crisscross on him because he's just so much more grip, so much more speed.
There we have it. We've got to keep an eye on that. We'll go. Well, that's what's happening at the front, though. GRT is on his final lap, but we're going to keep Kilroy as well. Don't forget about that battle, and don't forget about the boss, Branchy. All kinds of running wide
Might
there.
Be a little bit wide.
Running a little bit wide. Get your votes coming in. Thank you, Voodoo, for Kilroy, who's in third. Could be in second, though, for how long? We've got a yellow flag. Somebody's off, but anyway, forget about that because GRT is getting closer, isn't he? But speaking of getting closer, so are these boys. And Branchy now 2/10. He ran a bit wide, didn't he? But Thunder. And don't forget about the boss either. Look at that. The boss has just come from nowhere, Wilco, for a bit of a sneaky look at this battle. Look at this.
GRT, though. Onto GRT.
GRT.
That's across the finish line.
Here we go, out of the final corner. And he had an off on the opening lap, but he's come back superbly to win this race. He crosses the line. The leader, GRT, has finished the race. Good vibes. Is he going to hold on to second here from Kilroy? He can't do anything about it. Don't slow down. He's gone to the pit crew there on the wall. And what's happening? Thunder, Branchy and Boss. Fourth, fifth, and sixth. What a finish after 1 hour of racing. It all came down to the final corner. Brian, steering clear of those drive-through testing clinics, finishes in seventh. And then the new boy Butler, who's done quite well, I reckon. Wilco, what's he going to pick up? 3 points, I think. 3 points, a couple of points at least for his performance tonight. But what a race. 29 grueling laps of Silverstone. And he manages to take the win tonight. 8 seconds clear of Good Vibes. And Kilroy in third, just missing out on second. Thunder, a beautiful bit of defensive driving there. He looked like his tyres were gone, Wilco, but he managed to stay with it.
Yeah, he did. He definitely got some speed. I'm just getting the boys into the party chat now. Here they get at it. But yeah, that was a quite interesting race. See, at the end of the day, the guys who did pitted under safety car and the guys who didn't, they pretty much come out. It was probably about 10 seconds loss overall in the end. So yeah, again, some tracks where it's going to be a shorter safety car lap, and some tracks where it's just going to be harder on tyres. Maybe that's not too bad of a thing. But here we go. Anyway, the boys are joining the party. We just got Good Vibes join in. We'll wait for Kilroy to start off the interviews first. Go in 3, 2, 1. But yeah, that was a quite interesting race. So get your votes for driver of the day. I'm gonna go. I'll see whatever everyone else goes first, because I'm tossing up between these three here. GRT after his spin on lap 1, or taken out on lap 1. Good Vibes did really well to get past Aussie and hold off Kilroy, and Kilroy did really well to get through after the big crash with Binger. So I think they're all here now, Trev.
Yep.
So get your podium interview started with Kilroy.
Let's go. We've got our race winner. I've just given you. You've got my vote, GRT, mate. Have we got you there?
Yeah, mate. Woo!
Good job, sir.
Great job.
Well done, mate. Well
Great
done.
job.
Good job, mate.
What did we just do? Great job. Okay, GRT, seriously, mate, you've got my vote. Talk us through your race tonight, mate. First of all, congratulations. 29 grueling laps of this track. It's never easy. Even less easy, mate, when you went off at turn 1. Talk us through your race tonight.
Yeah, when I went off there, boys, I thought, oh, here we go. And when we had the going for the pits, I went, oh, no. I had 120 litres of fuel on board. And I thought, oh, here we go. Then my tyres got hot. I just had to hold off. But as soon as the race got going more and more, the car was better and better, and just cruised at the end. It was really good.
Great stuff. Fantastic result for you tonight, mate. Great comeback drive there to win by 8 seconds. Well done, mate. We'll catch you next week.
Thank you.
There we go. Bit of team radio as well.
Well done,
Fantastic.
GRT. Good done, mate.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, well done, buddy.
Well done, buddy.
Great stuff. Well done. And Good Vibes, mate. Have we got you on the line there? P2 tonight?
Yeah, buddy, I'm
P2.
here. Yep.
Just
Yep.
P2, mate. Talk us through it.
Just P2, yeah. Kilroy was snapping at the heels at the end there. I think the pit stop helped me, but a shitty pit stop, and I let GRT in front of me. That's a few times I've let him in front on pit stop. But no, I just enjoyed it, mate. Tyres were worn and heavy fuel, and yeah, it was a good race. I was just happy to finish where I did.
Great stuff, P2, mate. Congratulations to you.
Thank you,
We'll
Trev.
catch you next week, mate.
Great.
Great stuff. And Kilroy, the final man on the podium, mate. Have you got us there?
Yeah, a bit surprised about that, actually. First of all, sorry to Binger. I lost it going around the corner, and I don't think he had anywhere to go.
He absolutely annihilated you.
Yeah. Had a bit of damage.
Yeah.
So yeah, with the pit stop, because I had to pit anyway, and I actually didn't think that I'd make it back. I thought, being as far ahead as the field was, I thought I didn't think I'd catch them. But when it all sort of shuffled through, we're sitting where we were, and picked off a few spots, and and just at the end there, like Visey was saying, the tyres were shit, so we were talking on the radio and just said, well, let's just maintain at this, not fight each other. So yeah, it was surprising third place.
Good stuff, mate. Fantastic stuff. The team just wanting to bring it home there. P2 and P3, congratulations. GRT in P1, so well done, guys. Congratulations.
Thanks, Rev. Thanks, Jason.
Good stuff. Thank you.
Well done, boys. We'll catch you if you're on tomorrow night. I know you're not racing Kilroy, but
yeah, good luck for us tomorrow night.
If not, we'll catch you next week. What's next week? I can't even remember. Is it Donington? Yeah,
Donington, I think.
Yeah, Donington next week. So first race at Donington. We do have the last round there as well, as we're doing the proper GT championship. So yeah, Donington next week, boys. Who is a fan of Donington? Who is not? Out of you
Yes,
three?
bring it on.
It's probably
I've
the
got
best one
about-
out of the three of them.
I've got
Alright,
about
there we go.
one race on Donington, so yeah, I got to do some practice.
Good
Beautiful.
stuff.
But,
All right, lads.
yeah.
Thanks very
All
much.
right, fellas. Thanks, Trev.
Take it easy, boys.
Great
Thanks,
See you
Jason.
later.
See you later.
Thanks,
See you,
Kilroy,
Thanks.
mate. GRT, well
Yeah,
done, buddy.
cheers. Good one.
You two guys.
Thanks.
Great stuff. Thank you, fellas. We'll catch you next week. Great segue there. We'll go to round three. Before we get to round three at Donington, we've got Tier 1. How can we forget that? Tomorrow night from 8 p.m.-ish Eastern Time. A little bit earlier in Adelaide, a lot earlier in WA. But Tier 1 tomorrow night, that's our lot for Tier 2. And we've got another endurance race tomorrow night. Wilco, thank you for joining us, mate.
Yes, it was an interesting night. I liked it. It was a bit of a success. So we'll have a few boys back next.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time around. For now, it's goodbye.